Hello and welcome back. This is a video showcasing the solo Grandmaster completion of a Platinum rank on Birthplace of the Vile. This is on my Titan class, and I've completed this Grandmaster now on the Hunter with the Void Invisibility loadout, which you would have already seen. I then completed this Grandmaster again with this exact Titan loadout, but unfortunately I didn't record it. So I then did it this time, which you are watching. So this is my third completion of solo Grandmaster Birthplace of the Vile. Now, you're in for a treat because this... Oh, I have learned something which is just amazing. This loadout is incredible. So you've got the artifact this season, which is heavily solar, which... Alright, let's put that aside, because obviously solar this season is just amazing. But Precious Scars, which is the exotic helmet which I'm using. So it gives you restoration, only ×1, but restoration for like 3 seconds after a kill which matches your solar your subclass. So my solar rocket and my solar pulse rifle, all of these, after every kill, will give me restoration for 3 seconds. Now, that's really good, because that's pretty much a healing grenade activation after every kill. Now, my aspects and fragments are all sorted out so that I can increase the duration of the restoration. And I can't say how... Not easy, because obviously it's still a solo Grandmaster, but oh my god, the amount of health regeneration that you get in this, it's a weight off your shoulders. If you're someone who's never done a solo Grandmaster, try this out. You will notice the difference between playing without this constant supply of regenerating health. It's really amazing. So now the weapons are paired with it are Dragon's Breath, because it's just super strong, the ignitions, everything, the damage it does. And I've got the BXR, let's have a look, the BXR 55 Battler. Now, this weapon is... Now, pulse rifles aren't the best, I agree. They are getting an update in the Final Shape DLC, where I believe it's something like 38% damage increase, so this weapon is going to be mental next season. You have to try this. So, the mods, the perks that I've got are Enhanced Demolitionist and Enhanced Incandescent. Now, Enhanced Demolitionist allows you to get your grenade, blah blah blah, your grenade back quicker, so that's your healing grenade, which gives you your restoration. So that's just sort of like a safety button in case I'm not getting kills. Like if my health just gets low, then bam, throw the grenade down. And the incandescent just spreads so much damage. Now if your incandescent gets a kill, your restoration just goes up again, and if you get a kill with the rocket launcher, you get like a multi-kill, then that extends the restoration thanks to the fragments and aspects that I've got equipped. Now, the weapon itself, my only downside to the BXR Battler is the range is not the best, which is okay because, like I discussed in the last video, I'm new to Grandmasters, so the way that I play, or at least at the minute, while I'm still learning, I'm still getting used to the Grandmasters, is I play very reserved. So it doesn't really bother me that the range isn't there for this weapon, because I can just take my time. As long as I'm in a safe spot, I don't really care. Now, the times when I die in this Grandmaster is when I'm overwhelmed and enemies are so close to me, lots of them, so quickly, that that's what causes me the issue. I take too much damage too quickly. So that's not really too much of a problem. I do have the hand cannon, which is what I used last time, Midnight Coupe, with kinetic tremors and explosive payload. This is a really good weapon. Um, I did somewhat try Warden's. What's that? Let's have a look. Warden's Law. Now I've got it with Vorpal weapons, so the idea is that this should be really good. Now, for some reason, Kinetic Loader does not work with Warden's Law, and I don't know why. So that would mean having to reload it like all the time, and its reload speed is so slow. Um, and the kinetic tremors that is missing from it. So the reason why I chose kinetic tremors with Midnight Coup is because I can deal my 6 shots and then hide behind cover, which you can't do with Warden's Law. You have to. It's okay if you go for the stun, and then as soon as the enemy becomes unstunned and is attacking you again, you've got that period where you can't really deal too much damage. So then you would have to hide and you're doing nothing. So that's why I went with Midnight Coup instead of Warden's Law, because I could have enhanced kinetic tremors, which I don't think I actually did for this run. I think the run before I did. And instead I ended up swapping it out for 2 solar surges instead. Just the way my mods worked. So take that into consideration. I know a lot of people rave about Warden's Law and how much damage it does, which it does, but for survivability, a little bit of usability, like to be able to use Midnight Coup in the way that you can, as opposed to Warden's Law being more difficult. That's the thought process I used when deciding between these hand cannons. Now, the incandescent, the spread of Scorch, thanks to the solar sunspots, enemies take so much damage, and I don't know if you can tell in the gameplay, but there's a lot of ignitions which go off. A lot more than what I would have thought was going to happen, and it's because of the sunspots creating Scorch when enemies run into it. It's like it adds on top of the Scorch from incandescent, so an enemy runs into a sunspot, another enemy explodes, adds more Scorch to the enemy that run into sunspot, and kaboom, it goes off. So it's just a happy coincidence, really, that happens a lot of the time. So I'm doing good with using a lot of my heavy ammo, as you can see there. And if you pay attention, you'll notice there's quite a bit of heavy ammo bricks on the floor, like there's one there in front of me, so I don't mind using my rocket. And I had this heavy brick to go pick up as well. In general, this is really kind of, it's not hard at all. The restoration that I've got whenever I get a kill, or if I ever need it with a grenade, the survivability with this loadout is just so wonderful. I thought the Void Hunter was good, which it is. It's good, but it's in a slow way that I have to stop attacking, go invisible, and I can't attack while I'm safe. But this, I can attack constantly with just almost a constant uptime with restoration. As long as the enemies keep coming and I keep on getting the kills, my health is just constantly going up. So the range is a little bit of an issue here with the pulse rifle, but it's just an extra couple shots, really. It's not too big of a deal. On a map where, or at least later on, where there's a certain section with the hill that goes down and the enemies are further away, you can see that I struggle a little bit more there. Unfortunately, the Midnight Coup hand cannon is really good at that as well, so I can just switch to that hand cannon. Now, taking these enemies out is easy, really. This bit I have actually fallen off a few times, especially when I swapped from my Hunter to my Titan. I actually struggled more with my Warlock, but yeah. Champion, I'm really stunning just so it gives me a little bit more time to just look around, make sure all the ads are clear. You see the range being a bit of a struggle there. So next season when pulse rifles get the 38% damage increase, it's really not going to be a problem. And you can see there the solar sunspot is really helping me out. Whenever the enemies get into that, they take lots of damage. Getting restoration again. There's heavy ammo. So I'll save that for the final boss bit, as you come back through here again. Now it is pretty safe to just use the primary weapon. You don't have to use rockets on this guy. Yes, it would be quicker, but the way I'm playing so safe, it's really not a problem for me. And I'm really not too fussed about how quick this is. It's more for me getting experience with solo GMs and kind of just learning as much as I can. So as you can see here, I really don't need to go any faster than this. So maybe later on when if this GM ever comes back round into rotation, maybe then I can think about trying to change a loadout, get a bit faster. But for now, this is good. So this part, I just go straight for the stuns, activate the super, and then I try to clear up the ads as well as dealing whatever damage I do to the champions. I also just tried staying back here this time, instead of moving around to the left like I did with the hunter. So the reason for this is that I can see the champions when I want to, and I can just sort of head glitch them over this like top step. So it gives me quite a bit of control. I can take them out, and then it also allows me to see the ads so that they're not hidden like around many corners. They kind of come up the stairs to me. So it just makes my job a little bit easier in that sense of understanding where the enemies are. I really like this hand cannon. The explosive payload part of it seems to do a really good amount of damage. And then when I get the kinetic tremors on the champion, that once again does even more damage with no range drop off either. Which is actually the biggest issue with hand cannons, is the lack of range. But as you can see, I'm using this hand cannon for the range parts. Especially when you do get a crit shot, it is really good noticeable damage. And just like I said before, there's not really a rush from my part. I can just take my time with this, and once the Unstoppable is on their own, they're actually very easy to deal with. It's when you combine the Unstoppable champions with other enemies, that's when it becomes hard. So just going to check the surroundings. There's the one ad that I left alive. Now, paying attention to any heavy ammo on the floor. Couldn't really see too much, so anyway, we'll get straight onto this plate and you can see how this is done. This is where I do not mind using my heavy ammo, so I go for whatever kill I can to get the explosions off. Now there's lots of enemies just in the one spot there, so that's when I use Dragon's Breath. Put my shield up to defend myself. Now, I do take quite a bit of damage here, so I do hop off the plate. And letting Dragon's Breath do a lot of work over there as well. So I get the kills, which gives me the restoration, and I'm up to 15 seconds on restoration. I don't mind just absolutely chucking these rockets out everywhere. And there you go. Not too hard at all really, as long as you've got the ammo. So I just reposition myself to get to a safer spot. Now I'm going to clear up these enemies before I move on to the second plate. Also gives me a chance to check for the heavy ammo, which there's a good amount. as well as topping off my armor charge with the orbs of power. Ready for this next bit. And I also have my super now, so that makes this a lot easier. So the strategy there is really good. I do unfortunately have to get off the plate again, but it's not too much of trouble because I do have a lot of ammo with the rocket launcher to help me out. And I get it there, so I just back up and decide to take these guys out from a safe distance. Now I can actually leave all these. I'm not sure whether I do or not. Yeah, I think that's good enough for me, so I head this direction, top up my heavy ammo. Now, this part I have died quite a bit on my warlock, so I feel like I'm pretty good at this part now. See how I do this. The ignition takes out the ads as well as stuns the champion, so that's the way you do that. If you don't get the ignition off right like that, then you end up leaving a lot of ads, or the champion isn't stunned, or whatever you. So I do decide to go back and get another some of the other heavy ammo that I left behind. I know it's only for the one, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're like, you could do with using your rocket and then you don't because you're short on ammo. So I'll go back, and like I said before, I'm not rushing. This is absolutely fine for me. I'm in a good frame of mind now, so I don't mind taking my time. So in this room, the main thing to think about is to kill all the ads that you can, because they can drop heavy ammo, which you can then use later on once you get into the boss fight. Because you come back through this room again, and these guys with the little stasis like lantern things. There's some heavy. These guys with the stasis lanterns, they can come to you even if you commit to one side. They can get you from behind, which I have learned that lesson, so if you didn't know that, pay attention. Now, I am taking my time to kill the enemies on both sides, hopefully to increase the chances of heavy ammo being dropped. I don't overly need it because I am kind of alright with heavy ammo on this. But it's a good habit to get into, at least for myself, who I'm not the most experienced with Grandmasters just yet. So maybe later on, next time this Grandmaster comes into rotation, maybe I won't need to be so thorough with it, but I just didn't want to leave myself empty at the end of the Grandmaster if I needed the extra ammo. So I do play around with the range on these weapons. I kind of see it in the gameplay that I switch between hand cannons at certain ranges, yeah, like this, and I think the hand cannon works better than the pulse rifle. Maybe not next season once the update comes out and the pulse rifles get the 38% damage increase. Maybe the range will be increased as well, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. But for now, the this hand cannon with its perks are more than good enough for me. So time for the Overload Champion. Start off with a stun, followed by the rocket. And you can just see how quick and easy that is. So I did go to finish these off. Watching this back, I can... I don't have to play so safe. Like, this part isn't... Like, am I really... Like, how much risk am I going to be in if I push up a little bit closer? You see, like, I can't find the shot. I can't find the angle. So then I push up a little bit, but so I can definitely get quicker at this. It just I'm playing more cautious than I need to be because it's quite a time commitment really to die at this point. I mean, it's been 20 minutes into the run. You know, I could try this again and mess up on something small and simple. So that's why I'm. If you're going to do a Grandmaster, you've got to. If you're going to solo a Grandmaster and you're not experienced at this, then you will be making mistakes. So it's important to go slow and steady, take your time with it. This lantern at the back is really annoying because it's protecting these two champions, so I can't really do anything. And that guy, so I kind of just wait round the corner for a bit, and I think I'll try again now. What's it look like now? Good. Get a stun, use a rocket, do some damage, and try to clear it all up. But pay attention once again to the heavy ammo on the floor, because I do have a lot on this. There you go, nice and easy. And this guy got hit with the explosion as well, which is why his health is so low. There's plenty of heavy ammo on the floor as well. As you can see there, more than enough. So I do use a lot of heavy ammo on this bit, just to speed things up a lot. And I think this is this run in total is about 15 minutes faster than my run with the Visible Hunter. One, I'm a bit more experienced, plus I've managed to get kind of, without the survivability of the invisible nature of the previous build, this one, I'm able to deal so much more damage with these explosions. You can just see all that damage there. So yeah, when pulse rifles get their buff next season, it's the BXR is the one I recommend to get. I did try with the Adorative, which is the Season of the Wish solar pulse rifle, the one that looks like the Vex. Well, I'll put it up on screen now for you. So this one can get hill clip and incandescent. Now, my BXR has enhanced demolitionist and enhanced incandescent. So if I could swap demolitionist for hill clip, I would have done. But I used Adorative first, and the thing that I found with it is I just really do not like the stats on it. The reload speed, the range, the rate of fire, I really am not a fan of it. I know a lot of people have raved about this weapon being really good, especially with the increase to damage it's going to get next season, which I agree, it probably will be good, but you need to try the BXR Battler. You need to take my word for it, just give it a go. It is so much better than the Adorative. Go and do your Dares of Eternity and get this weapon crafted ASAP, because next season, with that huge damage increase, and it's on the seasonal artifact as well, so I can't remember whether it's anti-barrier or unstop or whatever it is, but you are gonna want this weapon next season. So you can see the amount of damage that I've been doing. Gone and refilled my heavy ammo. This this hand cannon Midnight Coup with kinetic tremors and explosive payload is such a good GM hand cannon. It really is. Now, I like this bit here. I could have been hit with the blast from the Unstoppable, so I hid. I didn't need to. There was a pretty good chance I would have taken a lot of damage if I didn't hide like that. But the fact that the Unstoppable's health was so low and I still decided to hide, I think shows the frame of mind that I'm in. Like the play safe sort of mindset. So I am happy with that. Now, look at the rotation in my weapons here. Heal myself, shoot the rocket to stun the overload, and then the explosions sort of do the rest. You can see my restoration is a really high number now. And then more and more ads will keep spawning in. And look at this pulse rifle. See that explosion? That was all from incandescent. And the sunspot that I was able to put down with the solar weapon kills. That's why this build is so good. Now, it won't be as good next season because the artifact will be changing. There's a lot of solar mods this season, but this is still going to be really good. And if you combine it with prismatic somehow, regardless, this pulse rifle it's so nice to use. And you'll see as well, I am doing a lot of hip-fire shots here, which you wouldn't be able to do with the normal weapon. This, the frame of the BXR is kind of built towards hip-firing. So it sort of shows you what range you can get to. So the Void Lantern there really kind of messing me up a little bit. I wasn't able to get much damage, so I popped my super here because I'm getting rushed. And I can just deal a little bit of damage here to the boss, so that's nice. And there's quite a bit of heavy ammo on the floor. Once again, pay attention, because I am, since my first failed attempt video, you'll notice I do use a lot more heavy. And look at that explosion. That is so nice. Do recommend you try this build. Once again, the link will be in the description for the dim link. Now this bit's unfortunate. I was able to reduce, I was able to damage 4 enemies, I think, without getting a kill. Because if one of them got a kill, then they would have exploded, spread scorch, and then ignitions would have happened. But I was unable to get that there, which is unfortunate. I tried to get the kill on these ads spawning in. They split up a little bit, and I'm getting a bit overwhelmed there, so I start to rotate. And then the immunity comes in again. So I keep rotating. I'm very happy with my decision making there. It doesn't always work out that way, but this time it worked out well. Look at that hip fire. It is so good. Managed to get an orb of power there as well, so it's a little bit more weapon surge damage I can get. That is a long range of hip fire. You definitely just have to give this weapon a try. So this round, this third of health that the boss has got, isn't going down too quick, but you'll see in the next 2 rounds. Look at that lantern just dropped a heavy brick as well. I'm not sure whether I knew that or not, that they could drop heavy. The next 2 thirds of the boss's health go down a lot quicker. You'll see I start using more heavy and all that. But doing pretty decent damage. There's a Midnight Coup again. The kinetic tremors is able to deal damage while I'm hiding behind cover. So I do like that. I keep flipping between the 2 weapons, the 2 primary weapons, because I'm not 100% sure on which one is the best one to use, but just this last little Bit of health I've got to deal now. It's annoying when it's just this little bit and I just struggle to get that last bit of damage. There you go, that was it. Now this room's honestly really easy. It's you just gotta stay back and take the enemies out one layer at a time. Is that more heavy than I just see? I might not have been, might have just been the orbs of power. But yeah, the range here, well, when this weapon gets its 38% damage increase, oh my goodness. Mark my words now, this is going to be a top weapon next season. So this is just one of those parts where you just gotta take your time with it, because if I rush in now, it's gonna be a lot harder. You just gotta take these guys out one at a time until it's safe to move up. You can see the damage there from the scorch and sun spots. It's pretty useful. So at that point I stun the overload so he doesn't end up shooting his like ranged attack over in this direction while I move up. You can see there the sunspot really doing some work there. Not able to get my hammer back, but oh well. Not the end of the world. There's more heavy for me. Yeah, any further range than this, and it's probably worth me swapping back to the hand cannon, to be honest, but this range is alright. At least to get the stun anyway, so. I'm able to dance around his attack there. I'm pretty confident at this part now. So confident, in fact, it's not even worth me using a heavy rocket. It's just a little bit of time. That's all really that I'm spending here. I understand if it's not the most interesting thing to watch, but it's this sort of thing that will allow me to get better as a player, and in the future, or it will enable me to be able to run through these Grandmasters a lot quicker than what I currently am. So at this point, you gotta... The champions that spawn in seem to be random. Sometimes I get overload, sometimes it's unstoppables at this point, so I managed to hit the unstop with the rocket. The scorch from Dragon's Breath creates an ignition which stuns him, so then I pop my super to finish him and any ads that are nearby off. So I much prefer dealing with unstoppables than I do overloads, because the void lanterns that get popped up by the boss can sometimes make the overloads immune, and then during that immunity their health goes back up, which is an absolute pain. So, and pay attention to the boss's health. You'll see that I deal a lot of damage very quickly this time around. You got the ads that are spawning in. I'm using a lot more heavy this time because there's just so much of it. So this one's really nice because the ads are spawning in actually on the boss, so I'm able to hit him with the rocket, and then the rocket detonates the boss as well as the ads that are spawning in, so I kind of get two for the price of one on that encounter. You can see the health now. We're almost ready to go to the next phase. you can see there when the rocket detonation happens, my restoration goes straight up to 15 seconds because it kills so many ads so quickly. Look at that. That explosion was all from the pulse rifle there as well, so really useful. Making a rotation because I'm getting rushed by that guy. And you can see all the heavy that's on the floor. So I'm not sure if any more ads spawn in now. I think I missed that rocket shot, but oh well. Yeah, it doesn't look like any more ads are spawning in, so now I can just focus on this guy. Which, this is the safe part. And there's the nice trick with the kinetic tremors taking out the lantern again. I explained that one in the last video. Where the kinetic tremors explosion takes out the lantern, so it sort of removes that ability from the boss for a few moments. Yeah, this bit, it's just nice and safe really. There's no point in me wasting heavy on him when I don't have any enemies to worry about. There's the kinetic explosion again. So there is heavy in front of me, so I think, do I use a rocket on this bit? Yeah, yes I do. Why not? Because I've got heavy right there. Waiting for these stasis ravagers to come to me. A little bit of practice and this part really doesn't become much of an issue at all. Now, because I have so much heavy, I don't really need to worry about these guys on the right. But my cautious nature at the moment in my playstyle, I'm doing this part particularly slow. I could have done this actually a lot quicker. Thinking back on it, because I've got full heavy, I can run up a lot quicker at this part, but I'm too far back here really. This is more criticism for my future self. I don't need to be this cautious. I mean, look how slowly I'm taking these guys out. I could be at least on that next platform now. But my cautiousness and my idea of being safe around it is a little bit too intense at the moment. So I'll see if I can work on that on future runs. Yeah, see, it's just wasted shots going to those guys over there. I should really push up that guy in front of me, because he's the only one there anyway, I think. Yeah, so I've just got the overload to deal with now. And I do get quite lucky with the overload, I think. So what happens here, he gets immune, so then the rocket doesn't stun him, but then I take the lantern out, so then it does stun. And I'm pretty sure he drops heavy ammo for me, this guy. Yeah, there you go, look at those explosions. Yes, and there's the heavy ammo. Okay, so this is the last part. I think the overload gives me a bit of trouble on this one. So I see the overload, stun him, gets the shot off, and yeah, the immunity from the void lanterns kicks in, and I'm not able to finish him off when I wanted to there, which is a shame. So I kind of rush in with the super, trying to see if I can clear anything up, but I'm not able to. I think the rockets that I'm shooting off are hitting him still, because it's, yeah, I did stun him and he wasn't actually able to heal, which I just sort of realised, and I'm able to clear him up just now. So that's the champion, and so now it's just a case of taking this boss out and dealing with the ads that are spawning in. So now I don't mind using lots of heavy on this guy. Look at that Void Lantern, it's absolutely messing me up, but the ignition still seems to go through. As you can see, now that there's lots of heavy on the floor, I'm just absolutely spamming these rockets. Even just using them on the ads. This guy gets up to me real quick, so just pop the finisher on him. And I am getting a bit, yeah, so this gets a bit dicey, this part, but luckily managed to get out of there alright. Because I'm doing so many rotations so quickly, I'm just deciding, you know what, just rock it. I do not want to die at this part. And I get frozen again. I guess you can see I'm kind of getting a bit almost cocky at this point. So. But it is hard. These guys really do rush up on you. If you haven't done this Grandmaster yet, you'll see what I mean about this part. It's, they seem to like just absolutely surround you so quickly. Now I'm doing a lot of damage to this boss really quickly, so I'm almost like, do I focus on him? Do I focus on the ads? Because I can probably kill the boss and then that's it. So the Dragon's Breath does deal a lot of damage there. I think, yeah, that's it. The explosion and Scorch finish him off. So a lot better run this time. Really recommend it. The link will be in the description for you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.